Hi, so today I would like to talk about how I used a Toon shader to create the water for this fountain. To start with, this fountain is a set I purchased on CG Trader, which is this set here. So kudos to the creator of the set. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name, but here it is. So, if you want to use the same set for your project, you know where to get it. So now let's look at the geometry behind the set, particularly that which makes up this water for the fountain. I'm going to move my render view out of the screen. So the geometry that makes up the water consists of three main parts. This is water 01, 02, and 03. In addition to this, I have added another plane that makes up the base of the fountain, just calling it a polyplane 3. This is just so that the color of the base of the fountain is different from the driveway around it, which you can see a bit over here. You can see that this blue bit and the rest of the driveway here is this dark gray. Okay, let's look at the shader network that makes up the water here. So I'm going to bring in my Hypershade window. Now all the shaders for the water are AI Toon shaders, Arnold AI Toon shaders. There are basically four pieces of geometry, three that make up the water and one that make up the base. And hence there are four Toon shaders. So as you can see, there's AI Toon Water 1, Water 2, Water 3, and AI Toon Fountain Water Base. Now, the three water shaders here, they are very similar. So they share, for example, they share a common base color. So I've used an AI user data color to contain a base color. I took a shade of a very light shade of gray for the base color. And they also have a transmission color, which really is what is driving the blue, that look of water here. That's really being driven by the transmission color and not the base color. So as you can see, the transmission color is this light shade of blue here. Now, if you look at these shaders, let's look at AI Toon Water 1. This is, if I just right click and say select materials from object, select objects with material, you can see that this represents the top portion of the water. Now here I wanted to do something a little different. So to be honest, I'm going to look at this one last. But between the three Toon shaders for the water, there's a lot of similarities. So for example, this one, as you can see, the edge color is a static color here, and I've used width scaling of 0.2. I didn't want to give the water a black edge, so I wanted to give it this light blue edge, which once again you can see here. If you look really closely here at the edge of the water, you can see that edge color coming out there. All of them, if I go down here, so as you can see, the base color is being driven, as I said earlier, with this AI user data color node here, which is what you can see here. Um, I've given it a relatively high specular weight value of 0.5, base color of just a standard white base color there. And I have also added, if you look at my transmission settings, transmission color is being driven by this AI user data node here, as you can see, and its weight is is a full weight, so I'm giving it all of the transmission color. And the index of refraction is set to 1.33, which is that of water. This is actually, if you look at the water 2 and water 3, you'll see that most settings are identical except for the base color weight. So I've given it a slightly lower base color weight of 0.8, but otherwise they are exactly the same. But when it comes to the uh, AI Toon Water 1, I actually wanted to give it a slightly like oil paint kind of look. And the reason for that is I wanted to have this reflection coming off at the top there. So if you look at the top part right there, it looks a little bit different from the water that's over here. So I just wanted that glint over there of sunshine. So in order to make that happen, I used a slightly different IOR value. So if you look at the transmission setting for this one, you can see that the transmission weight is significantly low and the IOR is 1.52, which is closer to that of an oil paint as opposed to 1.33, which is for water. And last but not least, actually, I'm not using this node whatsoever, is this the shader that makes up the base of the fountain. So that's this blue bit down here. So again, nothing special going on there. Color is being driven by the same AI user data color node. Right? And as such, it's again 1.33 weight of water. Transmission color also being driven by AI user data node. The only difference is that I've got a tone map here, and I've applied an AI ramp RGB to the base tone map attribute, which is basically, if you go up here, it's that tone map there that's been mapped to this AI ramp RGB. As you can see, I've used a V ramp, and both they're just two colors in the ramp, no interpolation, and they are very similar shades of blue. So this one is this color here, and towards the end is this color over there. Uh, and yeah, that's how the shader has been built for this. So if something worth mentioning, if I'm just going to move this over, if I took a render from this viewpoint, right, and I'll just show you, it will not look like water at all. Okay, bear with me for a moment. Let me just switch to my perspective camera and do a quick render, 1:1. And I'm just going to pause the video and let this render for a second. So as you can see from this angle, it looks like pools of paint. But when I use the same shaders network with my shot cam, which is looking at the scene at a different angle and has all these other elements in there, like the building and all of this stuff, then it looks actually quite good. It goes quite well with the color of the sky and everything else that's there. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe. In my next video, I'll talk about how I got this dirt effect, how I toon shaded the fountain and got this grainy dirt effect here, as you can see at the base of the fountains. And I've also used the same effect on the driveway and the stairs. So I'll talk about that in my next video. Until then, stay tuned.